Hey, everybody, welcome to our weekly Ecosystem Office Hours call. I am your host, Jinx, and we are joined, as always, by Pocket's best and brightest. I'm going to go ahead and start things off. We have a busy week today, preparing for our Korea Blockchain Week trip, which I'll be flying out for on Friday with a lot of stuff packed in there. In the meantime, let me go ahead and hand it over to Daniel for protocol updates. Sorry, I'm fumbling today.
No worries at all. I'll kick it off with the protocol updates. It'll be a little shorter than last week, and primarily with what happened this week and what we're doing over the next month. So, I think all of you guys know that the 0.129 went live on mainnet yesterday. We're still keeping track, watching along, and it's looking good so far. The main things that went on that release are how rewards are distributed to validators. So I'm not going to go into the details here. We'll drop some documentation links later. But the idea is that relay rewards will now be distributed to validators and validator delegators. That's the TLDR. I'll jump into what we're actually focused on this week. The number one focus, and shout out to the POKT team, and in particular Jorge, who's been working really closely with Red One, is figuring out every single bottleneck along the line so that we can scale with quality. Fred has this phrase that one of our mottos is quality at scale. So we need to make sure relays are low latency and very high quality. And because we're permissionless, there's tons and tons of different things along the way. So we're focused on that. I can get into details there as well if anyone has questions. But the big thing is preparing for the next release, which will happen sometime in October, and TBD on the exact feature set in this release or the one after. But we're going to start expanding what the protocol can do. So things like on-chain metadata and better configurations and a few other things are up and coming next. And one thing I'll be doing is updating GitHub, all the tickets, the milestones, so anyone can follow along there of what we're doing now, what we're planning in the future, and that's protocol. So if anyone has any questions, happy to double click on any of those items. I know there's a lot of context.
Beautiful. Any questions on that? Awesome. Fred, your Grove.
Fred isn't here. I'll take it.
Sorry.
Yeah. No problem. He's out today, and I'm out next week. So just a heads up. So for the portal and part of Path, so we released a blog post with a bunch of changes that we have been working on for a little while, and they went out. Blog post went out last week, but the high-level points are: we launched 13 new chains, mostly Cosmos. We're going to be launching 3 more chains this week. Thanks to Nodefleet, it'll be Hyperliquid's EVM chain, it'll be Uniswap's chain, and it'll be access to DeepSeek. So we will be kind of going up into a new vertical. This will be kind of a proof of concept. There's not going to be any real quality of service on that because we have no idea what that looks like. Just going to be putting it out there just to test. People can use it. So those will be the next 3. We have over 50 more chains in the pipeline, of which 26 are EVM and Cosmos chains, so it'll be really easy to onboard those. So I'm leaving it up to Fred and the team to kind of prioritize that over the next month or so. We're very quickly heading towards 100. And on top of those 26, there's another 14 on top that are coming at the second batch of the chains from the Clea Media's provider. We're waiting on them. So there's another 40 chains that should be easily integrated in the next couple months, if not sooner. We have batching up and running. We have WebSockets up and running for 3 chains, and just like we're adding new chains all the time, we will be onboarding or turning on WebSocket support in the portal for the remaining chains that don't have it on right now. We are also changed our pricing for the moment. For the rest of the year, rather, it's opt-in. So it is $1 per million relays across all services. A new user would just have to enter the coupon code, and from whatever day they sign up until January 1st, they will be charged $1 per million, with the first million being free. Existing users need to proactively tell us, so we have notified a few already, or proactively changed the price on some of them. And we are going to be reaching out to a few hundred customers over the coming month to kind of push this forward. We have seen in the last 24 hours at least a net, I think, one new paid customer sign up on at least four or five or six free customers since we pushed this out yesterday in the afternoon. And that's with very little actual marketing around it, which is great. And so we can hope for this to kind of continue growing and growing as we move forward. The next big thing for us is kind of consolidating. It is the end goal of the next big thing that we're working towards is having Path, right, the reference gateway client, to have a easy plug and play way of using it. So you'll have a back end and a front end. But to do that, we need to consolidate how kind of a command and control center, as again, so hat tip to Fred for that, for how we onboard new chains onto the system, and how future Path gateways can kind of turn on and turn off support for existing chains or onboard new chains themselves. So we are putting everything into a brand new database. And in that database, basically pushing a button will make a lot of things work or not work in the most simplest form. We don't have that right now. We have kind of like a bunch of legacy that we've been working to get off of to get into this new system. But this should go live, I think, within a few weeks. And then that unlocks us from then building out a very quick front end, so we can meet our goal before the end of the year of shipping Path as both a back end with a optional front end component, so other gateways can easily sign up. So that's kind of, that's what we're working on right now. Big summary: lots of new chains, all the different interfaces, and getting Path into a place where it's easily sellable to all types of customers, not just other gateways.
Yeah, seconded on that. I've been watching what Tracy's been doing as well with expanding the number of chains that are supported and such. I could be wrong, but I think that we're on track to nearly double the number of data types that are supported before the end of the year. So that's pretty amazing to see that growth. Ramiro asked, who is the back end of DeepSeek and which DeepSeek?
For the immediate future, we're going to be using OpenRouter just to prove it out. And I don't remember which model Fred chose. We're just going to figure out real quickly how this works, what we need to do. And then beyond that, either we'll host it ourselves immediately, or we'll have, it turn into an F-Chains contribution.
See lots of typing happening in chat. Has there been an increase of traffic since the price change? Breezy asks.
Not yet, not immediately, no. Like I said, we go back to our customers periodically. I will say the same thing I will say. Quite a few of them have died or have lost traffic. We found out recently that I'm not going to name the RPC provider, but another RPC provider was doubling traffic, and charging for double for what some customers were doing. This was a very interesting insight we received yesterday from an existing customer we have, who themselves are reselling our traffic. We have gotten insight that a couple folks will be increasing the traffic because their load balancing algorithm prioritizes price over quality. And so now that they have updated in their database that we're going to $1 across all chains, everything that we've integrated will prioritize for price over latency first. So I don't know. Beyond that, I don't have any other insight today.
Beautiful. And Ramiro also asked, you're going to create a service called DeepSeek for that?
I think Fred already did last night, if not 2 nights ago.
Okay. Just from a high level nomenclature management perspective, I would think that it's probably useful to start working out with the community at large if we have an expectation around naming of services and such, given that there's probably going to be a number of crossovers like versions and things along that line. that might be a conversation for us to collectively have.
Yeah. So the way we're trying not to be hindered by too much decision making to get a prototype up. So the way it's going initially is that internally within Grow, within the portal, we're calling it DeepSeek. On chain, we're going to be more explicit. So DeepSeek dash however many parameters dash whatever version. And that way it won't overlap with any other DeepSeek models and becomes very, very explicit. So this is kind of step one to get the gears going without overthinking it. And down the line, we'll have more metadata and different ways of managing this as a community.
Beautiful. Thank you, sir. I don't think for anyone who will be awake at 1 a.m. I think that there's going to be some coverage of the keynote that I'll be giving. But worst case scenario, we will have a video, I think, afterwards to be able to share out, and I'll share out my presentation materials. I've been working a ton on this talk, so hopefully it will help attract some attention. We also have a significant number of meetings scheduled during the course of the week that is there. So we're hoping to come away with some new consumers and other DApp type users onboarded and ready to start generating some more traffic as well. Ramiro said, "Good luck on making that meaningful on a permissionless network." Yeah, agreed. But if we can push some sort of standards as best practices, that would be ideal. Obviously, people are going to, do whatever they want at the end of the day. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry, but sleep has been short during this preparation time, and especially given that a lot of the preparation has been on the opposite of my normal time zone. So, I don't think that I have anything else on my agenda directly here. Tracy, do you have any updates that you wanted to give out on F-Chains?
Sure, I have a couple updates. So Art covered part of my update, which is a bunch of new chains coming on. And then also whoever's on that's part of the F-Chains program will be staking the validators this week and into next week. So just keep an eye out for that. Also, the docs are going to go live by the end of the week. They should be. If not, first thing next week, probably by the end of the week. I think that's it for now.
Beautiful. Thank you much. And I think that gets us to the part where we open the floor. So any topics, questions, comments, anything that y'all want to bring to the table?
Is that my cue?
No, sure. Yeah.
Hey, what's up, guys? So I got a nice WebSocket implementation hammered out for the DD Cloud server, now working with Path and any other upstream node that I want to use. So that is wonderful news, as I know the folks at Grove have been working very hard on WebSocket support. In addition, we have our own job runners and job queues, which will be pretty cool for running anything on a schedule. That's about 99% done, and there's a few cool pieces to that. And we've also made some very interesting advances in the serverless runtime, which will quickly join our fleet right after launch. We have our launch announcement coming up really soon, so I will be able to finally drop a date on the table for everyone to get excited about. But yeah, it's coming pretty close. So that's all I really have for now. But yeah, almost there, guys.
Beautiful. Looking forward to seeing that. I think one of the most common questions that I get on a regular basis is, how are PGAT teams doing? And it will be nice to point to the launch of DevDAO as a big one there. We are, of course, still talking to all but one of the rest of those teams who are going through the struggles of being a 0 to 1 startup, but everyone is making progress to some degree. Other topics, questions, comments? All right. Well, I'm always happy to give you all your time back. Feel free to reach out along the way. But CryptoCorn, are you going to be able to run the meeting next week?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Thank you, sir. I realized that I hadn't locked that down and confirmed yet. So, all right. Keep an eye out for that fabulous rainbow-maned unicorn next
We're
week.
gonna have some fun while Jinx is away. So bring all the spiked punch and everything else, and we'll have the rowdiest conference call in a while.
Fantastic. I will be sad to miss it. I will eagerly listen to the recording afterwards. All right. Well, if nobody else has got anything they want to bring to the table, then we'll call it for this week, and we'll see you all again, same time, same channel, new host next week. Thanks, everybody.
See you guys next week.